muster for the week of May 9th through May 14th. In this series, we select one transaction from among the dozens of Pentagon contracts issued over the past week, and we briefly talk about implications regarding U.S. foreign policy, government spending, and overall militarism. On Tuesday, May 12th, 2016, the U.S. military paid Centera Group, LLC, $55.2 million for fire protection, emergency management, and emergency medical services at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida. Centera Group LLC is based in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Centera is a corporation that provides the U.S. war establishment with a variety of services, including nuclear security, traditional checkpoint and gate security, base protection, base support operations like utilities and maintenance on military bases, and some construction work. You may know Centera by its former name, G4S Government Solutions. In late 2014, G4S Government Solutions branch was sold to an anonymous private equity firm, and the company, G4S Government Solutions, was rebranded as Centera Group. This is a prime example of the profitable intersection between Wall Street and unending war. Many other corporations provide services in support of the U.S. military's space infrastructure. Some of these include Aerojet Rocketdyne, based in Canoga Park, California. They're involved with making rocket propulsion systems. The Aerospace Corps, based in El Segundo, California. And you'll see that town's name again and again. It is one of the main bases of operation in terms of U.S. stateside space infrastructure. The Aerospace Corps provides systems engineering, integration, monitoring launch vehicles, and overall launch readiness. Aleut O&M Services, A-L-E-U-T, is based in Colorado Springs, Colorado. You will see that town's name come up again and again. They're involved in launch operations and infrastructure work at Cape Canaveral and other locations. Analytical Graphics Incorporated, based in Exton, Pennsylvania, works on space observation and analysis capabilities at Schriever Air Force Base, which is home to the 50th Space Wing. Ball Aerospace and Technologies in Boulder, Colorado, works on laser testing and laser devices. Also works on phased array antenna, hardware development and maintenance. Bocore Incorporated, B-O-E-C-O-R-E, based in Colorado Springs, Colorado, works on IT services regarding command information management systems for the U.S. Army's Space and Missile Defense Command at Peterson Air Force Base. Another enormous corporation is Harris Corporation, based in Palm Bay and Melbourne, Florida. Harris works on space control depot, engineering, items management, supply and spares. This is general work done for the Air Force Space and Missile Systems Center. Harris's IT branch, based in Herndon, Virginia, and Dulles, Virginia, works on U.S. Air Force Satellite Control Network, antenna sites, operation, and management. Now, the Satellite Control Network and other related facilities are based at Schriever Air Force Base, Vandenberg Air Force Base, some work done at Colorado Springs, Colorado, as well as Diego Garcia, a location, an archipelago in the Indian Ocean. A long time ago, the U.S. and the U.K. forcibly displaced locals, Chagos, in order to create room for the base. Anderson Air Force Base also is home to some work on the U.S. Air Force Satellite Control Network. Oahu, Hawaii, Kaena Point, Hawaii, New Boston Air Force Station in New Hampshire, Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, and Thule Air Force Base in Greenland are other locations involved in this satellite control network. Another company, another corporation is Indyne, based in Reston, Virginia. They work on infrastructure operations and maintenance at Cape Canaveral in Florida and Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. Vandenberg is home to the 30th Space Wing, and Cape Canaveral, as we mentioned, home to the 45th Space Wing. Another corporation is Integrity Applications, based in Hawaii. They work on general research and development on electro-optical space situational awareness systems at the U.S. Air Force Maui Optical and Supercomputing Observatory. Intelligence Software Solutions, based in Colorado Springs, Colorado, works on Joint Space Operations Center mission systems. Other work along this line is performed at San Diego, California, Vandenberg Air Force Base, California, El Segundo, California, and of course, Colorado Springs, Colorado. A few more companies for you, and then we'll get into a picture of where these bases are located and what the base's primary functions are. Kratos Defense Rocket and Support Services, based in San Diego, California, works on rocket motors and hardware, command and control. LinQuest Corporation, based in Los Angeles, California, works on technical services like planning, policy information, policy implementation, security, launch support at Los Angeles Air Force Base, Peterson Air Force Base, Buckley Air Force Base, Boulder, Colorado, Sunnyvale, California. Sunnyvale is next to Mountain View, California, and that general area has a lot of work regarding the national labs, regarding general research and development for a variety of military applications, including but not limited to the space program. LinQuest Corporation also works on MilSatCom, that is, Military Satellites Communications. The Systems Directorate works specifically at Los Angeles Air Force Base. Orbital ATK, based in Magna, Utah, works on rocket propulsion systems. Range Generation Next, based in Sterling, Virginia, works primarily at Vandenberg Air Force Base on the West Coast, but I believe they have some tasking on the East Coast, in Florida, at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. Another company, Space Coast Launch Services, is based actually at Patrick Air Force Base. They do launch operations support for the 45th Space Wing at Cape Canaveral. Two more corporations here for you. SpaceX, based in Hawthorne, California, which I'm sure you're familiar with. They also provide launch services to deliver the GPS-3 satellite into orbit. As you know, GPS is not just for your navigation purposes with your cellular device or your mobile phone. It is also for and run by the U.S. military. Work on this is at Hawthorne, California, Cape Canaveral Air Force Base, Air Force Station, McGregor, Texas. SpaceX also works on developing the Raptor rocket propulsion system. That work is at NASA's Stennis Space Center in Mississippi, Hawthorne, California, of course, and Los Angeles Air Force Base. Now, launch services are usually the domain, or have traditionally been the domain, of the United Launch Alliance, also known as United Launch Services, which is a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed Martin, based in Centennial, Colorado. SpaceX is slowly creeping in on ULA's military launch territory. United Launch Alliance works at the two main launch sites in the United States, continental United States, Cape Canaveral on the East Coast in Florida, Vandenberg Air Force Base, West Coast, California. Now you notice I haven't mentioned very much about the four majors. The four majors are Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and Raytheon. Four majors support the U.S. war and space industry by providing space-based weaponry, satellites, rockets, IT systems, the list goes on. This is just the tip of the iceberg, as the aforementioned information was taken only from recently published contracts, available publicly on the Department of Defense's website. Many other corporations provide parts, labor, support, transportation, etc. But this is a good overview. This is a good start. So you've heard me mention some of the bases involved. Let's dive a little deeper into this physical infrastructure. The major bases involved in the U.S. militarized space program. Buckley Air Force Base, which is located just east of Denver, Colorado. Los Angeles Air Force Base, located immediately south of Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. It is a major command center. Headquarters include Space and Missiles Systems Center. Work at Los Angeles Air Force Base involves GPS, MilSatCom, space-based infrared, and satellite control network, among others. Patrick Air Force Base in Cape Canaveral, home to the 45th Space Wing. Patrick Air Force Base is immediately south of Cape Canaveral on the Florida East Coast. Peterson Air Force Base is the eastern part of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Peterson is home to NORAD and NORTHCOM. NORAD works on early warning of missiles or any aircraft entering the United States, Canada. NORTHCOM was established in April of 2002, one of the many additions to the U.S. military bureaucracy post 9/11. It is in charge of generally North America. It is the combatant command for North America. Schriever Air Force Base is 10 miles east of Peterson Air Force Base. It is named after Bernard Schriever, an early proponent of intercontinental ballistic missiles as nuclear weapons. Schriever is the main operations headquarters for GPS. So as you know, Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on the East Coast is the primary launching point for satellites to go into orbit. It is directly east of Orlando, home to the 45th Space Wing. Vandenberg Air Force Base on the West Coast, which is south of San Luis Obispo and Santa Maria, northwest of Santa Barbara. It puts satellites into polar orbit, which is ideal for reconnaissance satellites. We'll stop there for this week. This has been the War Industry Muster for the week of May 9th through May 14th, 2016. I hope this has been an informative primer on the infrastructure through which the Pentagon weaponizes space. If you take one thing from this briefing, please understand that billions and billions of dollars are made off of the contracts the Pentagon issues. War is profit. War will not end as long as corporations, U.S. corporations, profit from war. Please check back regularly. And, if you can, please contribute to the NewsBud Kickstarter campaign. Thank you. Take it easy.